Wake up, wake up, wake up, and stay woke. Because this is the Ball Hog Sports Talk with your boy, B. Brown, ESQ, a.k.a. the Ball Hog, a.k.a. the Mouth of the South. This is the place where sports, business, and entertainment collide. And we're going to give it to you rough, rugged, and raw. So come get you a spoonful, like some grits with butter and salt. You know how we do it in the South, y'all. Make sure you do not get caught in your feelings. Strap on your seatbelt and enjoy the ride. Come on, let's go, 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 go. I love that part. I love that part. Especially the let's go part. Because it's time to go, y'all. Good morning. It's the Ball Hog Sports Talk with your boy, B. Brown, ESQ, a.k.a. the Ball Hog, a.k.a. the Mouth of the South, a.k.a. Mr. Excessive Celebration. And I am here with the crew. I am your MC, and I get to be on this magical ride with two.
Rob, you got to get Maya out of witness protection.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I got new little gadgets now, so let me make sure I can get her out of witness protection. I love that description. You know, Maya will mess around and put her paws on somebody, so that might not be far-fetched that she has to be in witness protection. There she is. What's up, Miss Majestic Maya? Now I can introduce none other than the Maverick, Miss Majestic Maya, and I can introduce none other than the Maestro, superhero DJ John Quick. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing this morning?
What's up?
What up, though?
Hey, you see, I'm acting all grown. This is the first time I've taken. First of all, before we get started, because we got a lot to get into, and we're gonna take a very fun and ignorant ride this morning. But before we do, let's pause for the cause. We know we lost a titan when it comes to civil rights. We lost more than just a leader and a father figure. Far more than just a politician and a civil rights leader. There seems to be, for our community, the Black community, seems to be a void. Yesterday, we laid to rest Congressman John Lewis, who needs no introduction whatsoever, but does need and deserve a moment of silence. So before we get started, let's just take one brief moment to respect all that he did for all of us. I don't know if either one of you got a chance to see any of the services or hear some of the presentations or hear the eulogy by our own 44th president, President Barack Obama. But I don't know. You can't rank them and talk about. I don't think you should talk about funerals, but and rank them. But that was, I think, just an amazing homegoing celebration for someone who has done a lot for our community. And so I don't know if you guys got a chance to see it, but I wanted to take that brief pause to pay our due respects to John Lewis. I like that. Now, y'all, now that we have done the right thing and paid our respects, y'all see I'm acting up. Yeah, it's the first time, and I don't know how long I've been on here without a hat on. That's right, because first of all, I want to thank my connect, my barber, the most important person with all due respect. Look, if you are a true athlete, you know how you feel when you come out that barber's chair on game day. You know what I'm talking about. Quick, you'd have felt that, right?
Absolutely.
Or my sisters, you know, when you come out that chair and you about to compete. FloJo was notorious for it. Just had that hairdo that everybody's got to see is crisp. I have been in witness protection when it comes to my hair. I have not been able to show what is under that hat. And so now that I've paid due respects to our Congressman John Lewis, on a serious note, I gotta make this call, y'all, before we get started. Because the person who hooked me up, my connect, needs to at least have a moment. Let's see if we can hear him. Y'all tell me if y'all can hear him. That's my connect right there, y'all. That's Myron. aka Flo, who has been cutting my hair since I moved to New Jersey in 2006. Flo, you got me on here looking good on game day, baby. You got me looking crisp, baby. I just wanted to say thank you, man. With all due respect, how you been, brother?
Oh man, that was my pleasure, brother. I have no problem with that. That's what I do. It's good to see you. I ain't seen you all 2020, bro.
Hey, man. So guess what? That means that I've done my job in social distancing because you're the only person that I considered several times sneaking out and climbing down the chimney just to sneak out and go to my barber. Ain't nothing like a relationship between you and your barber. I appreciate you making a home visit. We remain socially distanced. Just on behalf of all barbers, I know that this has been a difficult time. So how as a barber, how have you tried to adjust and navigate considering you haven't been able to get your customers in a seat in the barber chair?
Oh, no.
Well, it's more about being selective and trying to deal with people that you're comfortable with, and adjusting. But, if you either got to adjust these days, man, or you're going to sink. So
Amen to that.
Figure out a way, to help put the food on the table and remain safe and keep my family straight, man. And so far, so good.
Well, that's a blessing, man. Having been a client of yours since 2006, I am a member of your family, but I do know all the real members of your family, man. So it's good to hear that they're doing safe. I know your son's playing high school football, a lot of exciting things. So glad you've been able to adjust. I know that you did a house visit for me yesterday, and talking to you, I know that you've been able to, call an audible and make your business work. So hang in there, man. I missed you terribly. Ain't nothing like this relationship between the customer and his barber. So I just wanted to pay a shout out. For those of you who don't know, Flo cuts at Motown. He's been the barber for the Jets. For how many years have you gone down to their facility and cut hair for the Jets, Flo?
Ever since they moved to New Jersey, 11 years.
Oh, so how are you gonna get them to win some more games then?
But they need to sit in the chair a little more.
Yeah, word.
When I first started, that's when Rex and the Sanchez years, you know what I mean?
Right.
So things was going
good. and then they let off the gas on the haircuts, and we saw how that translated into the win-loss column. Both Miss Majestic Maya and the maestro DJ John Quick are both in the studio. Anything y'all want to say to my barber other than thank you for having me look crispy today? I appreciate you, brother.
Fix that mustache.
Salute to the barbers, man. Salute to the barbers everywhere. I understand your pain, bro.
Hey, you know what? Now both of them talking about me, Flo. When I told you that I wanted to do my handlebar mustache, what were your first thoughts? Black man telling you you're gonna do a handlebar mustache. What were your first thoughts?
Not surprising. You're a little eclectic, D. They didn't surprise me one bit.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Hey, you know me well, man. You know me well. All right, Flo. Y'all catch Flo down at Motown, a hair fair in Morristown, New Jersey. Yes, I drive about 30 minutes or so just to be in this man's care. He does a good job. Flo, I appreciate you, man. It was good seeing you get reconnected. We'll catch up soon, man. Come and check. You know how you do it. Check out the show, man, and we'll catch up.
Stay up, brother.
You too, brother. All right, y'all. Look, man, ain't nothing like that relationship. Ain't nothing like a man, more times than not, is at least 2, if not 1,000,000 times more faithful to his barber than he is to the significant other in his life. And that's just the truth. I'm sorry, fellas. I know I ain't supposed to let the cat out of the bag, but that's just the truth. We are loyal. We loyal to our barber. I didn't even think about going to get my hair cut by somebody else during the pandemic. I would rather wear a hat. Y'all saw me. I had a hat everywhere I went. DJ John Quick, you know what it is. Who's your barber? And have you ever stepped out on your barber?
No. My barber, he's in Freeport, which is about 20 minutes from where I'm at. It's closer to the beach. You guys always see me at the beach, but pretty much anytime, I try to plan a beach trip, I try to plan it around a visit to the barber because it's right around, the same area. And right. Barber loyalty is a real thing. They know what you want. You walk in there, you already know You don't even have to tell them like what you need. Like, all right, I got you. Let's go.
Hey, you saw he made that statement. He's like, I wasn't surprised at all. You're eclectic. He knows what it is, man. He knows me better than I know myself. That's my barber. Miss Majestic Maya, the Maverick. I would say that when it comes to just this one thing, men are more loyal than women when it comes to our relationship with our barber versus your relationship with the person who does your hair. What do you think? I think we're more loyal in this one category. One category.
Yeah. But if you find the right person, like my threader is my waxer. But it took a couple of times before my thread. I get my eyebrows and lip
we was like, you speaking foreign to us. He was like, what?
Hey, I'm glad it went over your head too quick. I'm glad they went over your head too.
Let me tell you something. It's you know what? Let it go over your head, because at the end of the day, all the shit that women have to do to make ourselves presentable for you guys, you should appreciate it, because don't be doing your neck like that, Bob, because it's a lot of work.
No, she didn't.
Well,
yes, I did.
Well, it worked out. You look good. You look good.
You look great, baby. Yeah.
Great. And y'all see Maya. The new Queen Maya. And Maya, you just admitted, the Maverick herself just admitted that men are more loyal
to their barbers than their women.
I was gonna finish. I just wanted to leave that there for a second in case people were trying to get the sound bites. You gotta trick John quick. All right, so look, when I told him I told everybody in the beginning of quarantine, I was gonna represent for the men who didn't have beards. And I was gonna start a new movement, the mustache movement. And so as I stand here or sit here with my handlebar mustache, perfectly groomed and styled and curled, I'm on my way to something here, y'all, something special. But I know all black people. I know our people. Not everybody gonna give me credit for the style. So I'm gonna be proactive. I'm gonna be preemptive. I'm gonna bomb first, John, quick, because I know I'm gonna hear black folk talking about me. If you do anything different, eclectic or unique, boy, black folk gonna talk about you bad. So I'm not gonna let them talk about me and be on defense. I got something.
You know this, man.
You know how they do it. Cousins will be like, "Oh, that look great," and as soon as you turn your back, they already sending a text to your auntie and your friend and they friends. Like, you ain't gonna believe
with Bobby.
B Brown walked over here with a handlebar mustache. Boy, look crazy. What's wrong? Must be doing drugs.
I'm gonna tell you to your face. No, he looks like the Black Salvatore Dali.
Hey,
that's what he looks like.
I like
Crazy.
It. So look,
Salvador Dali.
In honor of all y'all that's gonna say something about me, my kinfolk, and in honor of all y'all, when y'all see this curled up, beautiful handlebar mustache, I know you got something to say. I got something to say to you too. Y'all listen closely, because this is gonna be a part of the theme today. Hold on, let me make sure I got it right this time.
Lord Jesus, Bobby,
growing up now, y'all. We growing up now, y'all. I gotta make sure I got the audio. All right, here we go, y'all. Check this out. Listen closely. Listen closely.
Oh, okay.
No, not that. Sorry, that was the wrong thing.
Oh my God.
Yeah, well, hey, I said I had it right. I was just joking. Here we go. All right. Let me find it. All right, here we go. Y'all ready? Hold on. No. Let me start all over. I want to make sure you get from the beginning.
I didn't forget them fake ankle socks. You did not have no more ankle socks, so you. I'ma just pair my big socks with the little socks. There was a lot of sock in that. You told us it was just a little bit of sock in that shoe. You lied. I ain't forget you used to collect beauty supply shoes. You used to collect all the colors so you can wear with your fit. You went to the beauty supply store and went over there by the shoes to get all the shoes. Because you wanted to wear them outside. You bought all. Ain't forget about them micro braids. You used to spend your whole check on them. You used to tell the teeth in them, put them in your head for hours. They look like stitches in your head. You had blue and maroon stitches. Then you told your cousin only got some kinky twists. I ain't forgot that. I remember that you used to spend. I ain't forget you was searching for magic pictures.
The magic pictures.
Man, you want some magic on that picture so you can show up to the community. That
You
man
know
wasn't
they
even
did
no
this at the
magician.
club, quick.
He wasn't no magician.
Crazy.
Y'all would have put the same clothes on and told that man to put the. I ain't forget you used to wear shiny jean fits. You used to pay a lot of money for your jeans and your jacket to shine. That's what you desire, boy. You used to love that silver and platinum stitched in the denim. So your jeans can go. You wanted a glow in the light jean fit, boy. I ain't forget that. I ain't forget that brim on your Scully. Boy, that was
The
a
brim on the
Scully,
Scully.
boy. Come on, brim. Ain't no brim. It's a Scully. Yes, you did. You walked on the stuff. Let me get the one with the brim.
Oh my God.
You had the hat dancing. I ain't forget you starching the crease in your pants. You put them pants on that ironing board and you lined up
I'm
the
tired of
seams
him now.
and sprayed that starch on them pants so you can crease them pants. You wanted them pants to stand up before you wore them pants. That's how you put your pants on. I didn't forget you used to ask the barber for 2 liners.
Some of y'all
You used
did
to ask
this.
for that. You used to ask for 2 of them. You would get 1 liner and then get the other one behind it. I remember that. You used to ask the barber for that.
Oh my
You used to get you a
God.
fresh cut with 2 of them. On your head, boy, I remember that. I ain't forgot that. I ain't forget them fake
All
ankle
right,
socks.
y'all.
Okay,
Look,
Bob.
Too much, bro. I'm tired of him.
he goes in rotation. I've listened to him a million times because I think he's hilarious.
He
But
is
what
funny.
I will say is this, man, because he has been hot on social media talking about all the things that we do, and I've learned to be eclectic and unique and go out of my way. But man, we some interesting people. If you think about that, we did wear some shiny jean fits for a while where everybody was shining.
Literally.
We are a special people, man.
Yep.
And sisters did wear those beauty salon shoes outside, or the beauty store shoes outside. I found that to be hilarious, man. And I for the beauty and the health and beauty aspect of what we're going to talk about today will be a lot more serious than my brother there, who was giving us some things to laugh about. But I talked to Dr. Eric Griggs, who we've had on the show before and might be calling in, about how we are going to reintegrate into sports with COVID looming over us. The NBA was back last night in full effect. MLB came back, but they had an uptick. The NFL is back, but some players are deciding to opt out per their right to do so. NHL, although they are still a part of the major 4 on paper, we ain't talking about no NHL because they just they just did not get it right. But they did get Black Lives Matter right. What did you guys think about the NBA last night coming back with Zion and LeBron and Kawhi in the midst of COVID times?
You go ahead, John. Well, Elmo shrugged. I'm tired. I be doing other shit like sleeping. I don't care.
Actually,
You don't care about the sports at all, Maya?
No.
Wow. That's what's keeping most of us sane as men. This is another difference that we have because
2 words: Candy Crush.
Oh no, she
Crush.
didn't.
Yes, I did. I don't want to see any. No. I've downloaded so many damn books, audio books, Kindle, okay. Basketball's on. Ooh, sounds great.
You are the worst nightmare when it comes to TV executives because they are banking on the fact that we are desperate to see sports, and you just debunked that theory.
Well, I'm not one of the executive producers from Ellen. That's the worst TV executive, the one who's over there groping people about to get fired, but we ain't gonna go there. Shouts out to Ellen and her crew.
That was crazy to hear that story. I guess that's just a part of TV because that made me go pull up the Matt Lauer story. I don't remember. Y'all remember Matt Lauer had like a button in his office
that locked the door.
Maybe it's a little too kinky, but I think that we all should be considering a way to bring that into our bedroom. Lock the door immediately. Lock the door.
Wait. I just have a problem with him having that bald head, thinking like that shit was attractive.
Women apparently loved him. Apparently, women loved him. Now he went too far. I'm making light of something I should not make light of because women were traumatized.
Harassed,
Yeah,
assaulted.
traumatized. Women gave their account of hearing that door locked and being traumatized. So, but apparently he was a ladies' man and just went too far. But the Ellen story was crazy. What's going on with these the studios and the climate and the environment around TV seems to be a bit interesting. And the good news is you don't necessarily have to avail yourself to that platform anymore because you could do it right here on the Ball Hawk Sports Talk. Don't go get groped on Ellen. Just come on our show. Be a guest on our show. We promise not to grope. Sort of. But crazy story with Ellen. So that's what you're doing for your own entertainment. DJ John Quick, NBA was back. What did you think about it? I don't know if you've been watching baseball, but it's been back. Obviously, you have boxing. You've got UFC. We are slowly getting to the point where sports are back. So how does that make you feel? And what's that sort of ethical decision that you have to make? Do I want to turn on the TV and be entertained while people are dying?
There was listen, people are dying all the time. It doesn't matter whether sports are on or not. I mean, I like the fact that they're using their platform to really push this social change agenda. Like it was beautiful to see all the jerseys and everything and the Black Lives Matter painted on the basketball court.
I thought so too.
Everybody kneeled when they played the national anthem. So I guess according to Trump, they're all son of a bitches, but we'll see what happens with that. But I thought it was great. And the two games that I saw yesterday were amazing. Both came down to the last basket. And I like the fact that they pumped in crowd noise. And it was funny because I had some friends, who were kind of like, oh, they shouldn't do that. But come on now, how many times we don't watch sitcoms with fake, studio laughter and all that? So at the end of the day, it's entertainment. So, but I ain't gonna front like Maya said last week in baseball, them little cardboard things in the bleachers, they look a little creepy.
Yeah, that's creepy, man.
But I'm just glad sports is back. And the fact that all the sports seem to be really on board with this, social change is a beautiful thing. That's what I would say.
I would agree there. Maya, you gotta at least like the fact that social activism is being welcomed by the NBA. And whether they like it or not, MLB is doing it as well.
I have absolutely no problem with that. I love that. But the point that I'm trying to make is that Maya don't give a shit. I've been without it for so long. I'm like, whatever.
I totally see that point.
It's just like, damn, you did not. I mean, it's not like they made a conscious effort, like we're just going to stop sports. I get it. It's the pandemic, their lives that are being lost. But shit, after a while, out of sight, out of mind. Maybe that's why I'm not married.
You know what, Maya? On top of it, I feel you because
touche.
I didn't feel urgent. I didn't feel urgent. Like I didn't feel that urgency to watch the game last night. But I watched it because I knew it was opening night. But you're right. We've been without it for so long. It's kind of like we found other things to do. Yeah.
I found it to be the opposite. I'm gonna be honest with y'all because I can go without food for a long time, but you better believe the second I smell me a hamburger, I'm going in like Cujo. I could be without sexual activity for a little while, but you better believe as soon as I get that wink, like you know what time it is.
Wait. It don't even need to be a wink.
That's right. The aroma. If I can smell the fact that you feeling like I'm feeling.
Pheromones.
So that's how I felt without sports. It was more like I need to get at it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about sports. I'm gonna be honest. That's my problem. I'm dealing with it.
It's like riding a bike. It's like once you learn, you never forget. Once you get back on it.
I knew I was gonna take a few shots from the crowd. I ain't messing with you, Scott Bibb, talking about my mustache, talking about my porn star stash. I ain't worried about you, man. And guess what, Maya? Somebody else has made a comment about you groping. They're not buying the fact that you are not a groper. They're saying you grope your
Okay, so that cheeky black, he says, I think Maya gropes her personal trainer. Diamond can attest, I don't touch him. I don't need to touch him. He's paid for a service and he provides the service, which is working me out. Stop being nasty, y'all. And
is this a double entendre, Maya? I'm just saying that, but I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out there because there's a lot of men that heard you just say I pay for a service, and they weren't able to automatically say there was no hanky panky going on because people pay for services all the time. That's all I'm saying, and I ain't gonna take it no further.
I ain't got to pay for no dick. Let's not get the name twisted. I don't never have to pay for no.
She didn't.
Yeah, I did. Never had to pay for dick.
On that note, my whole train of thought got thrown off, girl. Hold on, let me see. My goodness, that's why you are the maverick.
He's a consummate professional. I've never, because I'm not trying to screw up his business or anything. I've never once felt in any way that he has been out of line. He is, not only is he my trainer, he's my friend. So we ain't even gonna go down that route. But our personal conversations, we could go there, but I'm not even gonna do them like that.
And you know what?
And you know this, man.
See, now women have that commitment, that loyalty to their trainer that men have. That men have with their barber, because I like that. Not only did you just completely dismantle any suggestion that he would do anything wrong, but you just talked about his productivity with you and how you are getting the results. I like that. Shout out to Diamond. I'm still that's Diamond. If Diamond is listening, though, that still ain't saved you from what's going to happen. Diamond happens also to be the person I'm playing one-on-one after I get the icy hot applied just right to my knees, DJ John. Quick. I got to make sure the icy hot, I got to layer it up like 2 or 3 layers. But you better believe I still got them hops, baby. So, Diamond, don't let this mustache fool you. I don't care how I look and my mustache and my ascot. When them Chuck Taylors get tied up tight, bruh.
Oh my God! You played in Chucks? Oh my God!
Yeah, I'm
just a heads up because
my sneakers. Yeah, I'm playing in Chucks with 3 socks.
We're gonna have a sneaker conversation one day, bro. I can't have you out there in Chucks. Nah.
Diamond and I have discussed it, and he is like, "I'm not playing with you. I've been doing my laps or whatever," and he's neurotic. So, Bobby, you better show up. The 40-year-old, so I'm gonna beat you.
We good. We good. We straight. And matter of fact, that's gonna be the next time I get a haircut because all my athletes in here.
Oh hell
no! My next haircut, I want to get him off a fresh, crispy haircut because as all the fellas in here can attest, anybody that's played a sport, and I put this in the comments last night. You gotta look good, feel good, play good. When you get out that chair and it's game time. For me, I got relationships that go back 25 years, but longer than that, 35 years. But on Friday, I used to go to 27th Avenue. Now I pull up and get my man Carl. Carl put me in the chair in his own when I was playing for St. Thomas Aquinas. At Notre Dame, it was at Al's House of Style with Chuck and CJ. Then I moved over with CJ to CJ's. I'm so loyal to my barber, I moved with him. Remember that Jerry Maguire? Scene? Who coming with me? My barber left and I was right behind him. Quick.
Wait a second. You said you do not realize how similar to Al Bundy you sound. It's like every time St. Thomas Aquinas, I think of Polk High and Al Bundy.
Hey.
The only thing you missing is Peggy, and I know Emily is far from Peggy. So
she's not as tall as Peggy, though. I got my former Peggy, the black version. Tall. I'll say
Emily was a hell of a lot better than Peggy Bundy. I will say that.
Peggy was cold-blooded, to be honest with you, but I ain't gonna go there. I ain't gonna touch on that. She made the show. My relationship with my barber. Yeah, my relationship with my barber says that you and me, Diamond Ruff. I'm saying Diamond Ruffin. What's Diamond's last name? How you say it? Ruffin. Diamond Ruffin. Yeah. Fresh off a haircut, one-on-one with Chuck Taylors. Here we go. All right, so not only do we have the levels of football, basketball, and baseball coming back on the pro ranks, we have a lot of coaches and administrative people in Pop Warner leagues and Little League AAU programs that have decisions to make. I'm bringing on the missing link because today I think the missing link should be someone from those ranks. and we have a coach coming to us. We have two coaches coming to us. And with no further ado, the missing link is going to be Coach Al. Let's bring him on. What's up, Coach Al? Can you hear me there, Coach? You there? You're on the screen, but I don't hear you yet.
Hey, man, you hear me?
I can hear you now. Perfect. Thank you. Coach Al, can you tell everybody what program you're from? I know it's in Newark. I want to give everybody a quick background. Who do you coach for? How long you been coaching? You might have a little bit of delay. If so, I'll take him out and then bring him back in. The beauty of live television when it's not on television is that, you know, he can come back in when he's ready. I happen to know that he does coach for the Stallions, which is one of the Newark, New Jersey Pop Warner programs.
Newark, not Newark. Newark, N-O-R-K, Newark. It's no inflection, Newark.
Don't you love that? That's how I love our people. So I get chastised for pronouncing what seems to be the normal pronunciation of a word. So how do I say N-E-W-A-R-K? Tell me how I say it.
Newark. N-O-R-K. Newark.
N-O-R-K. Newark.
Newark. Like fork, Newark.
I ain't got no problem with that because I can't stand when people use Fort when they talk about Lauderdale. It's just Lauderdale. So Newark, Newark, New Jersey. He's one of the coaches in Newark, New Jersey. Let's try to bring him back on. Coach Al, you there?
Yeah, I apologize, man.
No, you good,
How
man.
you guys doing this morning?
We're doing great, man. So tell everybody what program you coach for and what the situation is now in terms of your season.
Okay, I coach I'm a part of an organization that's called the Southeast Stallions, and we are based out of Newark Pop Warner. And Newark Pop Warner has decided to cancel its season for the fall because of the COVID virus situation and the outbreaks. We're based out of the South Ward part of Newark, of course. We practice at Shabazz Stadium.
At Shabazz. I've talked about last week the other side because I think there have been several medical experts, doctors on all sides of the equation when it comes to COVID. But I talked last week about some of the kids needing football as an outlet, as almost mental therapy. Have you guys thought about what this is going to do from just a mental health perspective for some of your players, and what do you plan to do to help overcome that?
It's definitely going to mess us up from a mental stage. Some of the things that we're doing, like, for example, this weekend, we are actually going away to PA with some of our kids, our 13 and 14U, and we are in an NFL flag tournament.
Got it.
After that's over with, we're going to try to proceed those kids who don't want to move forward with football, trying to get them into track, trying to get them engaged in other things. So that way we could have some type of outlook on them. Because what happens is with Pop Warner football, it becomes bigger than just a sport. Right. And a lot of those kids, not only parents, depend on us for certain things. Like, you know, just being a father figure to some of these young boys.
Right. Let me ask you this then. When you say father figure, because I described when I was growing up in Little League, there were coaches that would pick kids up. There would be coaches that would be the only source of food for that particular player. There would be coaches that if there was a monumental life event, that the coach would be the father figure or the male figure that was there on behalf of that player. Since you're not going to have a true season, what other ways can you be a part of their lives? Because I think we're all obviously trying to figure this thing out, but we all trying to come up with solutions. So what other ways can you be a part of some of these young people's lives if you don't get the opportunity to coach them and teach them from a coaching standpoint?
For us, we go all year with the children. Like, for example, we don't really just wait till the fall. A lot of my coaches are involved with the kids in their schooling. You know, we're checking up on them, especially certain kids who we know that slip through the cracks from certain things. So We're just trying to come up with a plan. We still haven't got it together yet, but we still trying to come up with a plan and ways to try to engage them to the best of our ability.
Let me ask you this, because I know the vote came out for Newark Pop Warner to cancel the season, and you had a vote because you're on the board, correct?
Yes, I'm the president of my organization.
How did you're president of your organization? And Newark Pop Warner, I think, has like 6 or 7 teams. How many teams?
Yes, there's about 7 organizations.
All right. So how did you vote, and how did the vote turn out altogether?
I voted to try to keep the season, especially with riding it out to see what was going on. However, my peers, etc., they with the safety concerns, they didn't want a season because they was worried about the COVID and the situations it bringing home. And the reason why I voted yay, because again, I don't know if you know, but we definitely in the urban area of the South where a lot of our children depend upon us. And it's gonna be an effect. It's gonna hurt. But we just will try to come up with the best plan we could.
Coach, well, we appreciate having you. We're going to have you on again. I want to hear more about the football aspect of it. So when we're not talking about a pandemic, how long have you been coaching altogether?
This would have been my 21st season. I've been doing it my whole adulthood.
Oh, wow. Wow. Well, I know that. Go ahead.
Hi, Coach. Just a quick question. Did you think that the pros outweighed the cons in the context of these young men being exposed, because the moment you go outside, you're exposed to COVID, rather than just trying to implement some other sort of activity, because the numbers actually are on an increase. They're on an incline. They're not declining. So what was your train of thought when you decided to go ahead and say, let these boys play?
Well, realistically, it probably was more of an emotional standpoint because of our love for football and our love for the boys and knowing what we had returning during the course of the year. But when Lodges kicked in, like you said, and we really thought about it, I'm like, okay, that decision really wasn't a bad decision. So definitely with what you're saying is good. But the hard part is coming up with anything, because realistically, you're talking team aspect and physical contact, and those kids really are not Zoom kids. We could Zoom them, meaning that we could have, web meetings, but it's nothing like them in your presence. And right now, not just for kids, but even some of the adults, because for us men, as Bobby was stating earlier, this is sanctuary for us. So now you take away the little thing that we so built upon, and we don't have it. The kids don't have it. And I'm going back to what Ray Lewis said. Ray Lewis stated, if you take football away, the crime rate increases. And that's what I'm worried about right now, to be honest with you.
Well, we're going to talk more about that. Please keep tuning into the show. Share the link, because I want everyone from your program to see that not only are you committed to coaching, but you're committed to getting the messaging out there about your program. And we truly and sincerely thank you for your time this morning. We'll bring you back in the near future. You are always a welcome guest of the Ball Hawk Sports Talk. Coach, for 21 years of service and helping these kids, man, we salute you. Thank you so much. And we'll bring you back another time. All right, Coach. All right, y'all. So a lot of Little League programs are making that decision. And the Stallions are a good program. And they have, a history of doing things the right way. Some programs like my own, we're continuing. We decided to play. And so I wanted to have both sides of the equation. We talked to, although Coach Al voted to have the season, he was in the minority, and in a Democratic situation, he was outvoted. There are leagues that are going to move forward, mine included. Last year, you remember, Maya, my arch nemesis when it comes to Pop Warner football.
Yeah,
the man himself. Nas is in the building today, y'all. And if y'all know anything, if you haven't read the article in New Jersey Ledger about him, about being
Star Ledger.
I'm sorry, I'm not from here. I'll mess up. I wanted to say the Sun Sentinel. That's what I really wanted to say. I wanted
to I use that to line when the dogs have to go poop. That's what I like.
That's quality stuff, especially in the 90s when they had your boy in there.
Dan Marino?
On a weekly. No, not no Dan the man. I'm talking about your boy. We got Big Body Nas in the building, y'all. We're gonna bring in Coach Nas, and with no further ado, the man who has started the Brick City Lions has won national championships and has done amazing things for a lot of kids. We got Coach Nas coming to the building, the Ball Hog Sports Talk. I bring him in there. What's up, Nas?
What's good, baby? How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Man,
What up?
We are great. Nas, I didn't think that there's anybody more qualified to talk about how football is so much bigger than football, because what you've built in Newark with the Brick City Lions, while I hate to admit it publicly, because you know how I am, I'm rocking with the East Orange Junior Jaguars. I've told you both to your face, and anytime I get an opportunity to say it publicly, I respect what you're doing, and you're giving a lot of young people, boys and girls, because we have cheerleading programs too. You're giving young people a great experience. Tell me what you're thinking as you contemplate playing through COVID or sitting the season out. I know that you just started a brand new league. You're part of a brand new league. So give me what you're thinking as COVID continues to be a dark cloud over all of us.
Well, I mean, first and foremost, shout out to the Boss Hog Show, man, and everybody that's making this thing successful. But we just taking precautions. We following the high school protocols and try to follow what the high school's been doing and stuff. Right now, they haven't had any like major situations. So our thing was we was out there like anybody else. We shut it down because we just wanted to be safe and be right and do everything the correct way. So we had to figure out what was the right way, how should it be done, and our thing was to make sure everybody get tested, coaches, kids, get tested, and then just follow the high school protocol. Stay in the pods. You know.
Let me ask you this,
parents, if anybody home sick.
Let me ask you this, Coach, because I know that your relationship with your parents and your family, the Brick City family, runs deep. Were there any parents that reached out to you knowing that there was a threat that the season might not happen and expressed their need to have football for whatever their situation was at home?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm probably one of the ones that was like, look, let's just take it down, and then.
Oh, really?
I haven't one.
No.
I think you came out. Oh, that was getting good. I would love to hear that response. Yeah, you're going in and out a little bit. You said that you were one of the ones that Go ahead.
I was one of the ones who was like, maybe we should shut it down. And then if you hear the responses from like our parents, they're like, look, I think we can play through this. You know, we'll stay in the cars. You know, we'll watch the games live stream instead of being there physically. So that's the approach that we on to now. We're just trying to make it as safe as possible with just keeping the distance and the people from like the parents and crowding the fields or crowding the gates or whatever it is that, you know, they normally used to do. So the parents actually is the ones who want to play. You know, people they want to play.
Right.
So and that's throughout the Big 21. So our main thing was to kind of we wanted to like maybe shut down like the baby levels, like the little levels, if worst come to worst. But you know, you got a big uproar with that. You know, people want to see their kids play. So it's like, how do we do it in a safe manner?
Well, I know the Big 21 is new. We're having a little bit of technical difficulty. What I might do is bring you on next week, and we just talk about the Big 21. For those of you who don't know, New Jersey has 21 counties, and Nas is a part of the group of people, coaches, and football enthusiasts that has started a new league here in New Jersey to represent our folk. I did want to touch on your relationship with high schools. I know you've coached a lot of players that have gone on to play on the college level and the NFL level. But we'll bring you back another time because I think we have a little bit of technical difficulty. But I just wanted to tee that up. Let's get you in next week if I can't get you on the screen now, and let's talk about those things. Is that a deal, Coach? All right, y'all. When you're doing it live, some things like that happen. But Nas is the head of the top program in Jersey, and to hear him say that the parents wanted to play, I know that we have to be responsible, and some parents aren't making responsible decisions. But here's my fear, and I'll throw this out to you guys, is that in certain communities where softball is back, baseball is back, soccer is back, and lacrosse is back, you can imagine that as I named all of those sports, I don't think any of us visually thought of a sport that was made up predominantly of black kids. None of those sports are. But those sports are back. And so my concern is, because you can't go into a gym right now, maybe you can play in an outdoor league. But my concern is that Nas came back on. I'll bring him back in. My concern is, and I'll tee it up so he can hear it as well. My concern is that in our black community, the one thing that we do have that's been central for an activity is football. To take that away.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. To take that away when in other communities there's you might have us on mute. But to take away that from our kids, I think seems to be unfair. And so what do you guys think about it?
I personally think that parents are tired of their children. That's why they're like, hey, go back.
Get out the house.
Love you, but you gotta go. I understand the cabin fever and the stir crazy, but like I said last week or 2 weeks ago, it's a hell of a lot cheaper to keep your kids in the house rather than go out and prepare for their funeral. This virus isn't leaving just because we wanted to go. I mean, I get it. Everyone's annoyed. Everyone's frustrated. Everyone wants to wear their cute little summer stuff and go out, show out. Kids want to play. Adults want to go and drink, have happy. I get all of that. But everyone's in the same boat where we cannot do what we want to do. People are just so, it's like they're so short-sighted. So like in the case of Herman Cain, I know you're going to segue into that a little bit later, but I never tell adults what to do. So, and I never tell people what to do with their children because I did not birth them. But I'm telling you, when shit hits fan, I don't want to hear it because the facts have been laid out. People are dying. I have family members that contracted COVID-19 and they're just getting better now, months after contracting it. I have a friend who lives about 10 minutes away from me. He contracted it in February and he says he's starting to feel better now. February was how many months ago? 5 months ago. And this is a healthy young man, 32 years old. And he's just starting to feel better now.
I think you're right. I don't think that, especially in our community, we can't ignore it because it's touching our community at an unbelievable rate. Yeah, it is because of our health issues. But and that's why today's episode, Health is Wealth, I'm dealing with this part of it, the health part. And it sounds like, Nas, can you hear us now? I don't know if he can. I'm gonna have to remove him if he can't.
Just one last thing. In the words of Maya Angelou, when you know better, you do better. No one can say they didn't know. No one can say I wasn't in the loop. This shit. What, you living in a cave? But people are going to do what they want to do. And I don't care. Just if you get sick or whatever, I'm going to do everything I'm supposed to do. I'm wearing my mask. I'm staying more than 6 feet away from you because I don't like people anyway. So you go do what you want to do. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. And that's all I've got.
All right. Anything from you, DJ John Quick? Did you play Little League football and
Absolutely.
Little League baseball?
Absolutely.
Could you imagine going a year without it? And do you think that long term, both of you, will this have? Because in the short term, you're right. We have to be concerned about their health, and putting people in harm's way is silly. But I think long term, there's going to be some psychological impact to this. There are going to be kids that choose the streets, gang life, over something more positive, because that short window of time in certain communities is that sort of life and death. Decisions are being made over those few months that could alter a kid's life forever. And so I'm not saying that we ignore the health risk. I'm just saying we need to consider the impact on our community, because when tennis is back, baseball is back, softball is back, soccer is back, lacrosse is back, in communities that aren't filled with people that look like us, that scares me that football is the one thing that is going to be taken off of the table.
But it has a lot to do with the resources. That's the underlying thing. It's the resources.
And we're going to talk about that, but then the resources, we're going to talk about that, but then those
a much bigger issue. That's so much bigger than COVID-19. And no one's ignoring the fact that underserved, underprivileged communities are being screwed. I get it. We see Black and brown communities are being decimated. They're being affected. You have to realize it's not just a life or death thing. A lot of we don't know how long COVID lingers in the system. There's still cardiovascular, pulmonary issues. No one knows. What is the saying? I'm wording it incorrectly. It's better to know your enemy than not. It's just to me, I'd rather know than not know. I'm more sure of what I know of more than what I don't know.
Got it.
The lesser of the two evils, so to speak.
Got it. Nas, I know that you are a busy man, so I wanted to give you just sort of the final word on this Pop Warner, not Pop Warner for you, but youth football, and dealing with the decisions of whether or not to bring it back. Because over the last week, some organizations have decided not to go forth. Some organizations have decided to go forth. And let's be honest, the programs that aren't going to play, those kids a lot of times are just going to go find another program to play in this year. Nas, I'll give you final word on it.
The thing is, you got to be equipped to do it. So I feel like the guys that's shutting down is probably they understand it. Like, maybe the guys in our league may not be capable of running that. Taking temperatures, logging dailies, making sure the kids stay in their pods. It's tougher than normal. It's not the normal way. So for those guys that shut down, I understand why, And then it's people like us who know how to probably not saying know the answer to it, but we're following the protocol and the guidelines that they giving out for programs to run and stand by. So some people feel like they may not be able to follow those guidelines, and then there's others that feel like they're able to do it. One thing I don't want to do, I don't want to be the guy that jumps out and then something happens in the organization, and the first thing they're gonna do, they're gonna point the finger and say, he wanted to play football more than anybody. No, that's not the case. The case is the moment they shut down New Jersey high school football, the schools, then guess what? We'll follow right behind them. But as long as high school playing, I think we're gonna stay following the protocol.
We're gonna get off the subject, and I'm gonna let you go. But in parting shots, because I know your relationship with some of the prep programs here. I know your relationship with a lot of the college players. I've seen you on social media a lot, and you're building that pipeline for kids to stay back home and go to Rutgers again. And I salute you for that, man. Being a Florida man, I respect somebody that's about their state. Thinking about not having a high school season and what that means for recruiting, what that means for some of these players that don't have their scholarship offer yet. Could you just speak about that quickly, and then I'll let you take off for today.
That's tough. Everything that you're talking about, I'm actually like living it. I have my own kid that's seeing it, that's not kind of being recruited heavy, and he needed this off season. He needed camp. He needed to display his stuff, his talent. And then now going into the season, his senior year, for them they shut football down this year, then it's back to the drawing board. So I'm actually in the same boat as any other person that's kids probably don't have the looks, and then now COVID then messed up the shot. My only thing to the kids is saying just believe in God, stay focused. Don't let football determine your life. Stay with the school. Don't let your grades drop because of you're not playing football. Is football second and academics is first. So if you handle that, hopefully you could pumping out to the schools on your own, or using your coach as a measure to kind of put your stuff out to the world.
Got it.
But on that note, it's just about staying sane here, doing the schoolwork, and don't let it just make you. Like if you
Got
take
it.
a seat back, and look at it, football is not everything, it's up top.
Well, Coach Nas, it's been well documented that I've called the Brick City Lions my arch nemesis up here because you guys win a lot, and I have that game always
Stop doing that. Stop doing that. You just need to come home, man.
Yeah.
Come home. You want to feel like you're in Florida? Come home.
Yeah, come home. And honestly, meeting him, it does feel like he was born and raised in Florida because he's loudmouth like me, and more importantly, he loves the game of football. So I will never have a negative word to say. We saw each other at the park the other day, and I went over right away, man, because I respect you, man. I salute what you're doing, man. Keep on doing it. I'm going to stay praying for not only your own son and his recruiting, but all the young men that you have touched in trying to get them an opportunity. And good luck with the season, brother. We'll exchange schedules, and I'll definitely come out support, man. We'll have you back on soon. All right, Coach? Thank you.
Please, brother. All right, thank you, bye-bye.
All right. Look, guys, it's one of those situations where I wanted just those coaches to be able to speak to the real life concerns that some of these parents are expressing to them. You have two different programs that are successful in Newark, one being the Stallions. They're not going to play this year because the entire Newark Pop Warner decided to cancel the season, whereas you have another program in the Brick City Lions with the Big 21 League that is playing. And it seems as though in every community, every state, every city, and every one of these communities, we have pockets of decision makers making these decisions. So I just pray that we all are doing it for the right reasons and we get over this health concerns. Anything you guys want to end on when it comes to deciding if these little league seasons will be played, if AAU basketball will be played? It's a lot, y'all. It's a lot.
I guess what is that girl from Frozen? Not Anna, the main one. Elsa.
No, I don't do pop culture. Frozen. I don't even know what that is.
Your boys will know what it's about.
I know it. I know what it is. I never watched it though.
Okay.
But there's a song called "Let It Go." Or how about Keisha Cole and Missy Elliott? Let it go. We're all screwed. Just deal with it. Ta-da!
You gonna start making me watch not Ellen, what do you watch? Whatever you watch, or play Candy Crush. I gotta find some other entertainment.
Download it, change your life.
I do want to get on to wealth because some of the stuff that I talked about last week in playing is providing some of these young people an opportunity. And that opportunity is for an education. Opportunity is for a situation where it could change your life. And it's an opportunity to go build a pipeline to a good job, a good career, and create some generational wealth. So I would say this, and that's a good one too. Coach Jerry Wilson is on here, who also started his own program. What's up, Coach Jerry? He says there's a difference between training and playing games, and I agree. So they've got to make that transition as coaches are making the decision. But if they don't play games, those scholarships that will not be had, there could be a domino effect. And so that whole wealth of, when we think of wealth, bless you, think of finances, but also just the wealth of opportunities, how opportunities provide wealth to you. And it just scares me that we might not be doing that in certain situations. You guys did see that there was, when we think of wealth, we think of accumulating finances, saving them and redistributing them to our own people. I hope that's what we're thinking of. You saw the story of my brother in Florida who had the Lamborghini. He redistributed wealth when it came from the government because he took the PPP check. I guess his account was negative $30,000 thousand or something. He was negative, his business account. He is no longer negative because he was able to defraud our government of $4 million. And he probably would have been all right. But within 1 week of getting his PPP money, that brother, my Florida brother, you got to love Florida, went and bought a Lamborghini.
He redistributed the wealth to the Lamborghini dealer.
He had a Lambo. And not only did he buy the Lambo, he bought the Lambo and he was stunting. I think that's how the young people said. No, they got another word. He was dripping. He was whatever the word is. He was doing that on South Beach. And so there's two cautionary tales within that story. First, you can't buy something like a Lamborghini and be off the radar, y'all. Big Brother is watching, just so you know. Like if you buy a Lamborghini cash, that transaction is well documented. And second, even when it comes to fraud, because that's a white collar crime. That brother defrauded the government. That's a white collar crime. Even then, we can't be smart with our money. A Lamborghini.
Wasn't he Caucasian? He was part of the Caucasian persuasion. He was not black.
I thought he was the brother.
No.
Oh.
He was part of that brethren.
Oh.
So he wasn't dripping Scott. What was his name? David. David was riding along Ocean Drive, chilling with his friends, and his ass got arrested.
Well, from that standpoint, score one for the brothers. It wasn't our mistake when it comes to wealth accumulation. But I still take it on the chin because it's yet again a Florida man. And I heard Lamborghini, I heard South Beach, and in my mind, I saw a brother in some in some doggone what the thing, the camouflage shorts and rocking some Nikes on South Beach, but that wasn't the case. It was somebody.
No, it was a Ken. He was not a Raheem. That was Ken, a Ken doll. He wasn't one of us.
But I will say, it reminded me.
Oh, no, she didn't.
Yes, I did.
It reminded me that we all got duped into the COVID sales. You remember the COVID sales? What is the dumbest thing that each one of you purchased during COVID? And I'll start, and I'll treat it like show and tell. Because you know the little pop-ups on Facebook, they'll get you, boy. I just absolutely positively had to have these Brooks. These are Christmas design Brooks running shoes.
I hope they were free.
They were not free. I paid $70-something. They got
cue the dun 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 music.
That's why those Facebook ads are so dangerous, because it popped up on a day where I was thinking, you know what, it'd be cool to have a second pair of running shoes that I could wear, that I could wear with a suit or something. And then if I'm traveling, they got me. I'm not afraid to admit it. They got me. How about you guys? Because the Amazon trucks be moving through the city. They pushing that weight, which is all the stuff you'll be buying online. What's the dumbest thing you bought during COVID as we pivot and go to the next part of the show? What's the dumbest thing? Come on, Miss Majestic Maya. I know you got something. What'd you do?
There were two purchases. There were two dresses, and I bought them at the start of training, anticipating like, oh, they're going to fit perfectly, blah, blah, blah. Those damn things are swimming on me. They are in the donation bin.
That's a good bad purchase though, girl. You getting the body right and tight. Do it.
Dresses. I can't even get them tailored. The tailor's just like, it's going to ruin the shape of the dress. And that's two of them.
You do it. You do it. I like it. But I love the fact that they don't fit anymore. Go ahead and, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Job well done. Yeah, don't show too much. Job well done. I thought you was about to Diamond. That still ain't gonna save you from that whooping, Diamond. I don't care what you did training wise. DJ John Quick, the maestro himself, what is the dumbest purchase that you have made during COVID times?
Yo, I ended up I was on Amazon. Amazon is the devil, first of all. And there was a sale on 32-inch TVs, like HD TV, Fire TV, for like $150. So I grabbed one. And I said, yo, I'm going to use it somehow, with my, live broadcast, it's still in the box. And it's been like 3 months. I don't know what I'm doing.
That is a stupid purchase, though.
Hey, bring it out now, baby. Come on, introduce to the Ball Hog Sports Talk community. We need to see it. You done bought it now.
Integrated. But
you got this.
I didn't need that. It was just a great sale. I was like, yo, let me grab it now.
Hey, that was a smart purchase. I'm sorry.
So that's what I want to get to. It's the whole concept of behavioral finance. When someone says 20% off, I'm just going to talk about myself. I ain't going to talk about nobody else, and I don't want to offend nobody. Listen, y'all let me look in the mirror for a second. Listen, dummy. 20% off doesn't mean you got to buy it, because there's a markup that's got 60% markup. So they still making a lot of money on that 20% off. The truth of the matter is they're putting it on sale, dummy, talking to myself, because they know you going to click that button. They knew I was going to buy them Christmas wrapped Brooks running shoes that I might never wear. So we got to be better, y'all. You guys realize that the GDP, the numbers came out, GDP is down 32.9%. And for those of you who understand economics, GDP is made up of a lot of factors, but personal consumption being down. And I hope that personal consumption, what you're buying, especially the stuff that you don't need, not necessities, but just the extra, like my Christmas wrap.
Hey, Bob,
Brooks. Yes.
Bob, I think you need to explain what those letters stand for. GDP.
Gross domestic product. Yeah. So basically, what you produce as a country, and so they break that up into a lot of different categories to come up with one number that they call GDP. This is the largest decline in GDP from one quarter to the next in the history of our country, 32.9%. And when you look at that number, a lot of it is broken down into people's personal consumption going down. I hope that us, black folk, we are being smart about making our personal consumption go down. Go ahead, Maya.
There are two things. One, actually, millionaires are actually hoarding now. They're not spending any money because they're scared of losing. That was in it was in either Bloomberg or Financial Times. I get that through my job, so I'm always trying to see what the rich white folk are doing. Amen. And secondly, what in psychology you're taught why like certain items are in the checkout aisle, like gum, candy bars, and things like that. They're there because you're already in line. You already made an assumption. Okay, well, I'm at this number. You see something that you would have never thought about purchasing, but it's there, so you see it. So you just grab it, throw it on the cart. So that's why things are set up that way. It's the psychology behind how supermarkets are set up,
right?
Clothing stores, just anything that's purchased, any type of consumer good. So stores it's the psychology behind it. Also,
absolutely. So you can pick it up quickly, and it doesn't. You don't even think about it.
Yep, but it's added to your final tally. Also, when people see 20%, you didn't save 20%. You spent 80%.
Amen, sister.
So
break it down.
That's what a lot of people don't understand, and they're just like, "Oh, well, this is 20% off," but you spent 80% of your own money.
You were doing exactly what I was hoping that we can get out of this. Is that I want to make sure that, and I won't make it black or white. I'm gonna make it haves and have-nots.
Make it green.
I want to make sure that people who don't have the wherewithal to spend are taking note from those millionaires. The consumption is down considerably because people don't know what's going to happen with our economy. The consumption is down considerably because people realize that this is a moment where we don't have the answers. We don't understand. We don't know what the vaccine is going to do and how we're going to respond to the vaccine. Treatment is still very scarce, if there is any.
Evictions have been lit now in 30 states. People can be evicted starting today. The 90-day grace period is done. A lot of states like Colorado, Rhode Island, all of these states now, all of the homeowners and renters or whatever, they can actually go and start evicting people right now. Like the states are backing them. So this is why, God, we need to have something strictly on finances. I mean, we need to talk about how income taxes work, how people are so excited about getting income tax refunds. And I'm like, you literally are paying the government. The government is collecting interest off of you overpaying throughout the year. Your goal is not to be getting an income tax refund, because that means over the past 52 weeks, I have paid the government too much fucking money. I want to get as close to zero as possible. Period.
Well,
I don't want to give you anything. I'm not making money off that interest. The U.S. government is making money off that interest. So when people, oh, I'm getting $3,500 back with no kids, you know how much money the government's gonna make off the interest for that? I ain't trying to give them shit.
Right. And you make a great point in terms of, and it boils down to time value of money. And we'll stop here briefly with the wonky finance terms, but this one's important. Time value of money. Instead of you waiting for the end of the year or the beginning of next year to get that money from the government, what time value of money says is I want to use my savings now, because $1 now is worth more than $1 a year from now. Why? Because you can invest that dollar. It can work for you.
A year from now. That waiting for February, like this is, you know, when 401ks and borrowing against this, a lot of people don't understand that if you borrow from you're borrowing from yourself. You pay yourself back. You could take a portion of your 401k savings and use it as a down payment on a home. And remember, the money's coming out automatically from your pay. So you're literally paying yourself back for purchasing a home.
Right.
It's the little things like that that people who unfortunately may not be privy to that or don't work in finance don't know these things. But these are the things that are so important, and exactly how like Patrick Mahomes and ownership.
Hey, we're gonna get to that. That's coming up next. But this episode, health is wealth and vice versa, right? Because being wealthy and taking those strategies, some of which we just described at the 101 level, but strategies that allow you to really accumulate real wealth provide you a healthier lifestyle, provide you healthier opportunities, provide you better mental health. And better food. Health is wealth and vice versa. That wealth can turn your life into a healthier life. So I do like the fact that we've talked about these. Please, for all of our Ball Hog Sports Talks fans, listeners, participants, please, if you would, indulge us. What was your dumbest purchase? What was your dumbest purchase during COVID?
Condoms. No, I'm just kidding.
Y'all let us know. Y'all chime in. What was your dumbest? Not your dumbest, because people don't want to admit to being dumb. Although, you know, that whole series, such and such for dummies, I think was smart, because we all got some dumb in us. What was your dumbest purchase during COVID, or the one that you are least proud of? How about that? Ebony Magazine, a magazine that captured the lifestyles of Black folk, captured a bunch of the sports and entertainment figures, was a model of Black business, is no longer. And we don't have to stick to this much, because I do want to get back to sports. But what did you guys think about the very public struggles that Ebony is facing now? I happen to know one of the people involved in that, so I can't get too deep into my feelings, but I want to know what you guys thought. Ebony, the magazine that was the center and the core of our community, is no longer, and it's a very public and messy situation right now. What do you guys think?
What was it? John Johnson was the original publisher. He started it along with Ebony and Jet.
Yep.
I think once he died and his daughter took over, you could see the demise. And it's so sad, because in the Black community, like I personally, like I learned about Emmett Till from Ebony and Jet, seeing his picture. You know, there's so many things that the beauty of the week, which I'm sure both of you guys are very familiar
Hey,
with.
page 43.
Aquarius.
My bad.
That was all in my bedroom growing up.
Beauty of the week, baby.
Every beauty ever.
Straight
Hey,
up.
I gotta trash up the joint, you know. But it's so sad because we have Black billionaires. I'm calling out the Robert Smiths of the world.
Right.
Can you help this magazine now? If you want to go and clean house, do whatever, that's fine. But this is a staple. And for us to lose that, so basically all we have is now Black enterprise in essence. That's our go-to.
I think it's sad to see. John Quick, what do you got before we pivot into we're going to get into HBCUs here in a second. So anything, final words on Ebony?
Very sad. And this is not, I mean, think about it. I mean, we've had, issues with not only Ebony, Essence. It's very sad to see it play out in public. That's the part that really, just puts a bad taste in my mouth. But hopefully one of our amazing Black millionaires or billionaires will come rescue this magazine. Cause like, Sister Maya said, like this is a staple in the Black community. Like we can't lose Ebony. No.
Well, they tried to do that.
And boys break up and now Ebony. No.
But look, man, there was a private equity brother that stepped in to save the day, and it just has not gone very well. Yeah. It has not gone very well. So we'll see how it plays out. I hate seeing our mess dragged out in the street for everybody to see, and it's a mess over there right now. But
yeah,
it is
Chicago.
What it is.
Not only are they popping off, and shout out to all the Chicago brethren, but they wilding out.
Yeah. I would say this, because we think about having money, spending it the right way. HBCUs, there's 6 in particular that have a lot more money right now. HBCUs and their endowment and investment offices have also had some very public disagreements about how money is being used, misused, misappropriated. There are 6 HBCUs because of Mackenzie, whatever her last name, Jeff Bezos' ex-wife. She went back to her.
Scott, if I'm not mistaken.
She went back to her maiden name. She made a lot of HBCUs a lot richer. Howard got $40 million, largest gift that they have ever received by a single donor. Hampton got $30 million, same, largest gift ever by a single donor. Tuskegee, $20 million. Xavier, $20 million. All of those have attested that that's the largest gift that they've ever made from a single donor. Morehouse got 20, and Spelman undisclosed. What do you guys think about Mackenzie Scott coming to the rescue? And I mean, that's a lot of money. Any investment office.
Now, when you're worth $68 billion, that's a drop in the bucket. That's $68.
Total. I think she's at $1.2 billion that she's already donated. She said that her goal is to die without having anything in the account. She wants to give back. So first and foremost, hats off to her. But of that $1.2 billion, HBCU's got a lot of that money. What do you guys think about it? Do you have confidence that they could use it the right way? Can this be an opportunity to get those top athletes? Because now that you have that money in the coffers, could you use it to enhance your sports programs? What do you guys think?
You have to, I'm sorry, it has to come from the people who are running the show. If the people, the administrators still have the mentality, academics, sports is afterthought, then nothing's going to change. I think it's great that these schools are getting the money, the Spelmans and the Morehouses, and a lot of people that attended like North Carolina A&T's, like all of these other schools are up in arms. They're like, what about us? No one talks about us. The same schools always get the donations. What about us? So I'm not sure. I didn't attend the HBCU. If there's a general fund where they could just donate to the fund and the funds are trickled down between all of the schools, because I think that'll be a little bit fairer. But also, I wonder why Howard, Morehouse, all these schools that have all these great alums have these little ass endowments.
I was shocked to hear that was the largest gift, gift for 4 out of the 6, and it could be 5 out of the 6 because Spelman just didn't disclose the amount or how it compared to other donors. I was shocked to hear that. Now, $40 million for Howard, 30 for Hampton, 20 for Tuskegee and Xavier and Morehouse. That's a lot of money. But I thought that with all the success, all the Black excellence that they have had, and they have been they've created as a byproduct of all the work they've put into their students, well-deserved accomplishment and deserves our respect. I just thought that someone would have already donated that amount of money. What do you guys think? And can it help out the sports programs? What do you say, John Quick?
Well, it depends on, I'm trying to figure out, like, what exactly are you going to do with $40 million if you're Howard University? Like, are you going to put it all into the sports program? Because is that what it's earmarked for? I don't know how this all works.
I don't think she earmarked it. She said use it for whatever special purpose or to enhance your mission. It was very general. So there aren't any particulars to the money, but I think it does connect to what has been a series of conversations that we've had. And we've said that sort of like you got to spend money to make money. And if you want the Mikey Williams from San Diego, if you want the Bronny James, they've already got Maker going to Howard. But if you want these top athletes, you got to create sort of an experience for them, and that costs money. And so would this be a good way to spend that money, or is that bad money? You don't want to spend it on sports.
It's not a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. I mean,
it's not.
It's a lot in terms of what you can do. From what he's talking about, like, yeah, you can make some nice experiences for $40 million. You know what I'm saying?
These schools, they're so ass backwards, the administrators, not the schools or the students, because they produce amazing, like, they are just the bomb.com. But people will be like, oh, let's build a dorm in there on. They're like, we don't need dorms. How about we fix the shit that's breaking down? Howard it has everything going for it, but the buildings are so dated. I'm like,
I agree. And that goes into part of the experience. Like, no recruit wants to go to some school broke down, buildings and, poor facilities. And so that money can actually, at least help.
I tell you that they better not be no damn so-and-so got a 45% increase for a bonus. You better put that money back in that damn institution to get the best brains and athletes to come there.
I will say this. I have taken pleasure in seeing other friends of mine, HBCU alum, in response to Mackenzie Scott's donation, challenge each other and say, someone went to Howard. If this, I'm going to use it in a positive way. If this white woman could give us $40 million, it's time for us to have 100% contribution. All of us need to give something. And I respect that, because I think when you get to that point, because there is so much Black excellence that have walked the halls of Howard, Hampton, Xavier, Tuskegee, Spelman, Morehouse. There's so much excellence that have walked those halls. If there is 100% participation at whatever level you can afford, because of the influence that a lot of those alum have, there's going to be a positive domino effect. And there are going to be other Mackenzie Scotts that come out of the woodwork. And I don't think it's because of white guilt. I think that is a true devotion that she has and conviction that she has, is to put people in a better position, because she was made better because of divorce. Lord have mercy, she was made better.
She had money beforehand, and she's not a stupid woman. Jeff picked her. He actually was her boss. She graduated from Princeton. He interviewed her. She worked under him. He was very strategic about who he married. So, I mean, I don't have an issue with her donating. I understand where a lot of the other HBCUs are like, what about us? That's why I'm all about proposing a fund to help the Lincoln universities and shit like that, because a lot of people don't know about these schools. If these schools were more on not a knock to Morehouse and Spelman and Howard, because they created Black excellence, but like I said, the Cheneys, the Bennington College, all of these other schools get a little time to shine. Right. I think it will help HBCUs as a whole.
Yeah.
Got it.
I agree. The fund idea is a great idea. I agree.
Thank you.
Yeah. The challenge with that, and I agree, that would be great as well, but it would require a lot of cooperation. It would require a collective decision that we're only as strong as our weakest link. And a lot of these institutions are on the brink of disaster financially. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. I know I'm going to get chastised for saying it, but we haven't shown the ability to be collective in our purchases and our purchasing power. We haven't shown the ability to support one another from a professional services standpoint. I love that we're in a moment now that people are being more decisive about spending their money with Black folk, but we don't have a history of doing that. So I don't know if I have faith in a collective fund that every institution would be willing to share into that fund, because a lot of those same HBCUs on the brink of disaster, not the 6 that we just described. They don't have nothing to lose, but it's almost like splitting money between a conference for like the Power 5. That's why Notre Dame doesn't want to go to a conference, although they are sort of in one this year.
They are in one.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
No.
But think about how special that is, right?
I was shocked.
Because of what they generate in terms of attraction, because of the money that they generate as a name, as a brand.
TV money. That was like, I was shocked. I was like, what?
But that's the reason Notre Dame has never wanted to join a conference, because that means they got to split that bowl money. They got to split all the TV revenue that they're bringing in. And so I don't know if a fund would I think it's a great idea. I don't know if it will be well received by the institutions, especially the ones that are already doing well in terms of attracting dollars, but still find themselves in challenging financial situations. That's why Spelman's endowment is pretty healthy.
Fair. I mean, a Bennington is not going to get the same amount as Morehouse. Like that, it's apples. You can't just, we're doing 10 million across the board. No. Morehouse gets 2. Cheney gets 8 because of X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 blah. It's not socialism. I mean, it's just the fact of keeping all of the missions, which is to educate Black minds, afloat. I don't understand why. I tell you this, if someone has a problem with that and they're in the lump of one of these 6 HBCUs, you know what I would say? Give more fucking money. How about this? Donate more throughout the year so you won't be bitching about why another school is getting so much more than you. How about that?
Unless we have some sort of a fund or trying to redistribute, call it socialism if you want, there's always going to be a level of elitism among our HBCUs. Now, I know nobody want to talk about that. I know I'll get chastised, but if elitism is embraced by our own people and used within our own community, there's a certain way that people describe, the institutions on that list that were recipients of that donation, of those funds. There's a certain way people describe that, and you should be proud of your school. You hear how I talk about my high school. I love my college. You should be proud of your school. But if you do that with also looking through glasses of inferiority at other HBCUs, we've indeed created elitism among our own institutions. And so that's why, I'm looking at who got the money, and then ask yourself, why no other institutions? Why didn't they get the money?
Because no one knows. It has to get back to the original mission of HBCUs, which is educating Black minds. If you hold true to the motto, the mission, you shouldn't have any problems. And if you deviate from that, well, clearly you ain't for this mission, so you need to go some other fucking place. Because Mackenzie Scott should not be the face of a largest donation. But you know something, Lamani Viney said, like, it shouldn't be the face. I'm sorry, she just says something. She says, all of this Black excellence, yet the largest gift at the top is a white face. What point does that symbolism end? Well, how about the names of the school? Howard was named after a white general. Morehouse was named after a white preacher. Spelman was named after one of the Rockefeller's daughters. So if you want to go there, then where do we start? I mean, how much? Because these are named after white people, It's not like it's King University.
I do like the fact that we're having this conversation. I want to hear from HBCU graduates on how to make this more of a normalized process where we are finding the wealth to help our institutions out.
Sorry. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Omani's the brother.
Sorry. Apologies. Sorry.
What up,
No,
Al?
it's okay because I'm dealing with that. My son had the cornrows. I'm like, it's okay for a man to be mistaken as a woman because that means you handsome. It is not okay for the vice versa. The vice versa don't work very well. You call a sister a dude, you in trouble. That's all I gotta say. Now.
You know the worst thing you could do though is congratulate a sister saying, "Oh, what are you expecting?" She's not.
Oh man.
I did that one time. It was not a good look.
Not a good look. We don't. I didn't know you were pregnant again. I'm not.
I'm just
Awkward. It's like them Southwest Airlines commercial. Want to get away? So what do I do now? I just said congratulations. You just said you're not pregnant. What do we do now?
I'm like, can I have your seat on the subway? I'll use that shit to my advantage. Like, oh yeah, that baby kicking.
There's only 3 words that can remedy that situation. It's "oh my bad." There ain't nothing else you can say.
You like, nah, all right.
I
So
sent some kisses. My bad.
this is awkward. We gotta deal with the elephant in the room. You can't even say
right?
that. You can't say elephant in the room after you just made that mistake.
Don't go there.
All right, look, we talk about people being on the wrong end of sort of the decision making and where those funds are applied. Patrick Mahomes said it's all good for these brothers now, these black quarterbacks, to be atop the depth chart, but that brother is atop the organizational chart. He is now a minority part owner of a baseball team, Kansas City Royals, I think, right? That's the team. I might be messing up.
You're right.
The Royals, yeah, you're right.
I'm showing my limited baseball knowledge. But what do you guys think about that? How dope is that? Now, I said when he got that $135 million that they had a light-skinned brothers convention. I said DeBarge, Drake, Alvin Shore, they partied. But now,
Speaker Barack Obama.
right? I can't. Yeah, Barack was there too. Barack was there. Keynote. But now that this brother is an owner of a baseball team,
Oh my! He's on fire!
you know how many finger waves got done yesterday with the light-skinned brothers celebrating the fact that this brother is an owner. They had tea and crumpets everywhere. Brother was out. You know how the brothers do it. The light-skinned brothers. That pinky got to be out. Let me see. That pinky got to be out. Pinky out. Pinky out.
He said the pinky.
The disrespect.
The pinky was out. The pinky was out. Look, man, congratulations. What do y'all think about that? Patrick Mahomes, on behalf of the light-skinned delegation, congratulations, my brother. But on a serious note, on behalf of the Ball Hog Sports Talk, well, we've been saying that your leverage is largely based on the fact that you're a pawn in the game. Patrick Mahomes is no longer a pawn in the game. He's atop the organizational chart.
He's
Black
in the
excellence.
back of the chest row.
Yeah.
I'm here for black ownership. I don't give a shit how light he is. He could be Casper Jenkins. I'm riding with it because this is getting him a seat at the table. It shouldn't be a table and it shouldn't be motherfucking seats available, but he's there. His presence there alone shows how important it is. And I don't know what percentage he owns of the Royals. It sucks that it's during COVID, so he's going to be in the red before he gets in the black. Bada boom. But I think it's great. Shit. Hell, we need more black owners. Maybe we get rid of all these white managers and GMs and coaches and actually get somebody on the level that these players can identify with, and you won't have so much strife with the players associations, the unions, and the CBA will actually look like something that's actually decent. Right. But the NFL ain't going for that. But shout out to the light-skinned brothers buying team.
I think it's dope. I think it's dope because he grew up in a baseball clubhouse. His father was a professional baseball player.
Right.
So it's kind of, paying it forward, I'm sure that his dad, is just glowing, you know what I'm saying? And, to have black ownership in baseball of all sports,
right,
where the the current rate of black players, the percentage is going down, because there are no baseball fields in the inner cities and things of that nature.
Yep.
So maybe, somebody like him, who grew up in the sport, can help in terms of, in the Kansas City area, for example. Maybe he can help with that and kind of, plant a seed, because, brothers can play baseball. It's just that, it's not available.
We discussed this a few years back. I'm sorry, John. What it is the correlation between baseball and families. Mm-hmm. Baseball, black families, when you had the nucleus, the mother, the father, and the children. Baseball play. We were so good. We had our own league. We had the Negro leagues. We were shit. You could take any fucking team from the Negro leagues and you would shit on any MLB team. Mm-hmm. You broke down the black family, and it literally, you could see the decline in young black men playing baseball, because that's a sport that's played between father and son. Yeah. You go out, you play coach. You only need two people. Who you got? Father and son. So that once you revamp the black family, like how we always had that to the black family, once you get that up and going again, young black men will go back into baseball and snatch that shit away from the Latino players and the white players, because there's something no one could take away from us. We are just athletically inclined. That's not the stereotype. That's the truth.
That's all true. But again, the biggest issue is the lack of facilities where we are at in urban, urban metro areas. There aren't a lot of baseball fields, and it's not being encouraged. We're more in the, football and basketball, and now, so in some respects, boxing and the martial arts, but baseball is always kind of, and not even soccer now. So it's like, baseball's kind of like, all right, so.
And baseball got guaranteed money.
Guaranteed
money. Baseball got the guaranteed NBA. Well, they make more than NBA players. I mean,
absolutely.
To be honest, so it's crazy.
And if you could mess around and get up to that bat, and at 30% make contact and get on base, you consider excellent. So
you don't even have to go pro. Do you know how much AAA players make?
Yeah, no, a lot of them get big money.
High six figures for $200K. I swing at balls all day without a bat.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
And
I thought for sure that our brother, and I know you guys both have been Team Cap from day one, but I thought Team Cap had the MVP wrapped up when it came to light-skinned brothers. I thought he had it wrapped up, but Patrick Mahomes and his latest move of becoming an owner of an MLB team, just know, Team Cap, you got pressure, bro. You got pressure.
It's all good until that next Cap shoe drop.
He literally.
Hey, Cap, Cap in the light skinned lab right now. Like, he over there. This little light skinned dude over there owning teams, huh? Okay, watch the next trick. Watch what I got for you.
That next shoe drop.
No, exactly. If I could buy it before it sells out, he literally changed the landscape of America.
He did.
And if anybody wants to disagree with me, I catch you outside, because that's what he did. So you got to give it to.
You don't fight for her, Cap. I love it.
Right. You got to give it to Mr. Kaepernick. King. But let me tell you something. You crack open the fucking history book. His name is plastered all in that bitch.
There's no question that he indeed did that. But also, let's look even more immediately. If you notice, MLB, NBA, and now even NFL, look at all of the protesting that has happened in one way or another during the playing of the anthem, during the warm-ups, the shirts that they are wearing. And that can be attributed to none other than Colin Kaepernick himself.
Amen.
And I give respect where respect due. But just know, Team Cap, that light-skinned brother over there called Patrick Mahomes. Hey, that's called the flip. In my neighborhood, they say the flip. It's like, oh boy, he gonna take that money, he gonna flip it. And if you don't know what that means, catch me outside. I explain it to you. But Patrick Mahomes has flipped that money, and he is really securing the bag now ahead.
To a white woman, at least Cap got an African. She Egyptian, but she where that's from, the continent of Africa. Amen. So
I know both of them personally. She is.
Okay.
She is
Okay.
trust. She is a
Shout out to Team Cap.
Vanessa.
Team Cap all day. Team Cap all day. Hey, look, I ain't gonna sit here and pretend like I was Team Cap all day. But I do.
Yo, Bob, that's my college roommate, Chuck. What up, Chuck?
I like his comment. Y'all see Chuck's comment talking about baseball, the equipment is expensive. Basically saying all the reasons why black folk don't play baseball. But at the risk of sounding like a conspiracy theorist, this is why I'm a little scared about football being the target of everyone's COVID-related concerns, and then other sports like baseball, lacrosse, soccer, softball, those sports being played in let's just call them lighter hue communities.
Less melanated communities.
Less melanated communities. That's what's scaring me. That's what's scaring me.
But brother, you can also look at it like this. That might, because football is not being played, maybe that could steer some of those athletes into baseball. You never know.
Maybe.
You never know.
Maybe. All right, so we got to wind down, but I cannot wind down without talking about two quick subjects. The first one, because y'all know Rutgers football has never been high on my list of priorities. Rutgers football.
Except for shading it.
I'll be hating on Rutgers, and I shouldn't do that because Nas was on the show. And Nas is representing New Jersey, and he's doing a good job of making some of our top athletes in Jersey respect the opportunity to stay home at Rutgers. So shout out to them. But Rutgers football, because they went to an on-campus party, had an uptick in coronavirus positive tests. And that's all the airplay that Rutgers is going to get today. But it leads me to another topic, which is Lou Will.
Yes.
My dog Lou Will has popped the bubble. He has been asked. He's on fire. He's been asked to step out of the bubble because Lou Will, when he was home in Atlanta, y'all pay attention to the details of this. When he was home in Atlanta for a funeral, not home. I don't know if that's home for him. He was in Atlanta for a funeral. He took a little bit of a detour, and I think the NBA has it right because they have the tracking devices. And so they can do the contact tracing. Lou Will's GPS showed a place that we will call magical. Damn! Magic City. Lou Will said he was there not for the entertainment, not for the music. He was there for the nutrition. Are y'all buying Lou Will saying that Magic City, if you don't know where Magic City is, you better live a little bit. Magic City is on, I'm going to say the street and everything. I've never been, but I heard about it. Magic City is a gentleman's club in Atlanta, well known. And Lou Will says that he was there for the food. Are y'all buying it?
No.
And you know this, man.
I'm gonna tell you why that story is messed up too, is because he was with a rapper, and these rappers, we talk about female groupies. The men are more, y'all groupies, man. He posted a picture on social media, him and Lou Will. So in addition to the contact tracing, you got a picture of Lou Will chilling at Magic City because rapper Lou, whatever his name is, posted it.
Listen, I got to look directly in the camera and say this. The rapper's name is Jack Harlow. Jack Harlow, you broke all kinds of man code. First of all, why are you taking pictures in the strip club, posting them on social media of dudes? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, bro? You know he played in the league.
He wanted that. He was
a Lakers fan. I think he was a Lakers fan, bro. I think he was just trying to spoil it. You know what I'm saying? And
Lou Will could have made a difference last night.
That's my man. He always serves me some of the hottest records, but he's been sending me Jack Harlow records. I'm letting you know now, Sam. I'm striking against Jack Harlow right now. He's going
dry snitching. Is that not dry snitching? Now the NBA had this hotline. The NBA had this hotline for players to snitch, but Jack Harlow took it to a whole nother level. This dry snitching, you know what? Put a picture up of him and Lou Will just enjoying some wings. Has anybody have y'all ever had those wings?
Two things. Actually, I don't like chicken wings, so and secondly, why you want to eat your food around everything smelling like Badoosie?
Oh,
wow. Well, I mean, somebody.
Let me tell you something. That
Some
place
people like
does
the
not smell like a fucking.
Hey,
It's
but
I don't want my chicken. First, like I said, I don't even like wings. I'd be like, choke on them fucking bones, your flats and your drumsticks. But I don't want none of my food around. Nothing that smell like no butters. I want to smell your ass. I don't want to smell your freshener that you use to cover up the stench from your ass sweating. I don't want none of that. So,
well, I take this as a challenge. I take this as a challenge for everybody who has been to. No, I ain't gonna make you tell on yourselves. Maybe you've heard of a gentleman club and their menu and their food being delicious. Share them with us in the comments. I want to know.
Sue's Rendezvous actually is known for their food.
Known for good food. They closed down though. I heard.
Yeah, but for years ago.
Let me be clear. At the Atlanta strip club culture,
I'm sorry,
they're known for their food. They're known for their food. The whole Atlanta strip club network. And Magic City especially. So I wasn't surprised. I totally believe him. And the fact is, he's been there so many times. They have the wings. They're named after him. So come on,
the Lou wings.
How can you not believe? Listen, if you're in a bubble, you're going to be in there for months, and you got a chance to stop by and get your own wings named after you. Like, what's wrong with you, bro?
Everything that Jack Harlow did to violate the God code, you just undid that with you trying to litigate the case that brother was there just because he got some wings named after him. I love it, DJ John Quick. If and when I get in trouble, I need you as my attorney because I love how you did that. Like you made it, like you're right. Like, all right, his name is on the menu, so you know he's been
like,
there.
Come on, bro. Like,
he just wanted to come taste his wings. I get it.
It's funny, and in the I had posted something about it in the comments. A lot of people from the Atlanta area was like, "Yo, those wings, though."
Yep.
I'm just
all
saying.
right. So we gotta know what other facilities, what other gentlemen clubs out there have good food because Magic City got some free press out of this. Yeah, let's just make sure we're equal opportunists when it comes to promoting the businesses run by melanated folk. So if you know of another. I mean, it's some very high quality dancing there too. So the performative art should be celebrated.
It's a performing arts center.
Performing arts center. If you know any other areas under the performing arts center category that happen to have some menus and a particular thing on that menu that's worth mentioning, post it here because we're gonna come up with a Lou Will top 10 across the country. We want to know what is out there on any menus while you might be
in Atlanta.
Say again.
I know they're not. I mean, it don't. Well, I spent my 26th birthday. Side note: I spent my 26th birthday in Magic City.
Hey, watch out now!
I lived in Atlanta. Oh yeah, I just can't be eating around no Badussy.
Damn!
You can take wings out of the strip club. You can take memories out of the strip club. You cannot take a wife out of the strip club. No, I'm just joking. That was a joke. That was a joke.
I know this, man.
That was a joke.
I know a couple of T-Pains.
You get
and I'm leave it at that. They in love with the strippers.
Hey, get the wings to go, man. Get the wings to go. Don't get nothing else to go. Stop messing it up. You violate God code. I'm just joking. Some of these performative artists have very healthy relationships, and I love is love. So as long as you're making your money legally and not going to buy a Lamborghini when you do it, I say go for it. Look, y'all, we've had a long one today, and I know you gotta get to working out, Maya. Parting shots. Let's go. I'll start with the lady, the Maverick. Any parting shots? I know you team light skin all day, so I don't know if it's gonna be Patrick Mahomes. Well, Team Cap is the captain of Team Light Skin. He just call it what it is. Any other parting shots that you have for us today, the Maverick?
Tomorrow's August. This has been the longest year. Quarantine feels like 4. That's all I got.
Yeah,
This is long.
It is. Last day of July. What you got for us, the maestro, DJ John Quick?
Lamar Jackson, you do not want Antonio Brown in your club. That's all I'm gonna say.
Lamar Jackson I'm glad you said that. Lamar Jackson, for the rankings, Lamar Jackson was ranked higher than Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
So because I not only am from South Florida, where he is from, and because I am captain of Team Petty, take that, Team Light Skin. I don't care if you own a team, Patrick Mahomes, that dark-skinned brother from South Florida with the melanated over melanated skin. Yes, he is considered the top quarterback.
And toxic as fuck. Something is wrong with him.
Well, Lamar Jackson?
No.
Antonio Brown.
He was a picture of toxicity. Him and his crazy ass baby mama, some white chick.
He's the sports version of Kanye. I think that brother needs help. He's a sports version of Kanye. He needs help. Yeah. And it's a train wreck that none of us can look away from. I hope he does get another opportunity because he still looks like he can play. And if the Cleveland Browns, which is undeniably the best team in the NFL, if the Cleveland Browns decide to pick him up, I would be happy. No, I tried to slide that in real quick. DJ John Quick, so that's what you're going out on. You saying just say no to Antonio Brown, huh?
Pretty much.
I think he needs help. I think Kanye needs help. And I think the whole idea of mental health and mental awareness or awareness of your mental health, when we're talking about today's episode, health is wealth and vice versa. That's my only concern about not reintegrating our kids into sports because of the mental health impact that it could have. But we cannot be wealthy if indeed we die from COVID. So I say to each and every one of you, consider the information from both sides. Wear your masks. If you are in a position like myself where you are going to conduct youth sports, do so responsibly. Take their temperatures. I've got 5 thermometers now. I want everybody's temperature. I want to check the temperature over the temperature. Bring hand sanitizer. So between sessions, you're making sure that they sanitize their hands. Work in very small groups, very small pods. If you're going to use a football, make sure everyone has on gloves. If not, do not use a football yet. These are all things that I'm sharing with you. And I hope that you can use them if indeed you are going to provide that platform for youth support. And with that, you look like you wanted to get something in, Maya. I wanted to make sure everybody has a chance. You sound like you about to. I know you don't want.
I'm about to go sweat. I'm about to go sweat with the trainer I pay.
There it is. There it is. With that, we're gonna get out of here, y'all. We appreciate you chiming in. Make sure that you share with us. Everybody afraid to post the good menus from the performative art centers that some people call, well, in Florida we call it script clubs. Y'all post it. Let me know who got some good food, just because we are doing menu
you can go and try the wings.
But we ask you guys humbly, as we do every week, please like, please comment, please share. We ask you humbly, please like, please comment, please share. DJ John Quick, the maestro, I know you got very little sleep, man, so thank you for coming in. You a team no sleep, and yet and still you're still here, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. The Maverick, I don't know how you keep outdoing yourself, but that comment about baseballs, no, about the baseballs and what you
swing at them.
There it is.
I have experience.
And for you guys to know that I am the MC, we are so happy that you guys are joining us on this journey. I'm B Brown ESQ, aka the Ball Hog, aka the Mouth of the South, aka Mr. Excessive Celebration. Please come back next week. Different topics, same trio of fun. The maestro, superhero DJ John Quick, the Maverick herself, Miss Majestic Maya, and the MC, yours truly, B Brown ESQ. For that, the last day of July, we out. Y'all enjoy August, y'all. August gonna be better. It's gonna be better times in August. Y'all take care, man. Thanks for joining. Please comment, please like, please share. Peace.
Bye.
Peace.